Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome to Unit Lost. I'm Stylosa and today I just want to have a little bit of a chat about Age of Mythology Extended Edition and why I think this is, quite frankly, grossly overpriced for what you get. So yeah, let's go over what they actually list as the Extended Edition features. So this is what is new in the Extended Edition of Age of Mythology when compared to the standard Age of Mythology, which of course is a pretty old game by now. So you have improved visuals, which yes you do, you have time of day, improved water, shadows, bump and specular maps, global lighting, anti-aliasing and ambient occlusion. You also get full Steam Workshops integration. Steamworks integration, sorry, so you've got the workshop and the mod manager. There's multiplayer, there are achievements, there are trading cards, there are leagues for multiplayer, there are cloud saves, okay? And then there's some extra features which are Twitch integration, treaty mode, and enhanced observer mode. Now, I think the best place to start this would be to probably go into the options and kind of show you guys sort of like what we get. So everything is on high, okay? We have like things like, you know, water reflections and bloom and, you know, yeah, that's great, that's fine. There is no denying that the game does look way better than the original version. It looks way better. It runs at 1080p. It's, you know, the game is totally playable. It's a fine game. But I've just got issues with how much this costs because it is $22.99 in the UK. That is expensive, right? That is very expensive. Now, of course, you get Age of Mythology The Titans, and Age of Mythology Golden Gift, which I think is just a single-player campaign. So you probably say, well, Star, you've been a little bit harsh here. The game is, you know, there's a lot of game. There is a lot of game there, but this game's already come out before. You know, this would be like GOG charging effectively, you know, 20% less than the retail price of a game that came out 15 years ago that they're selling on their website now. No, guys, they're not. They're only charging like $2 or $3. Okay, you can say, well, this is enhanced style. You know, it's got better graphics, yada yada. It has, but it doesn't really warrant the price. The price is really astronomical for what you get. So this, which I really hate this. Okay, so Twitch integration. I'm going to be honest, right? This is an absolutely pointless feature because if anybody is serious about streaming on Twitch or any other streaming platform, they will have a stream setup. Okay, they'll have a capture card, they'll have, you know, maybe a streaming rig, which is an independent computer for streaming. They will not have, well, they will not want to use their, you know, they're just not going to use this. Anybody who uses that is not somebody who is into streaming, it's somebody who just wants to piss about and produce probably a bad quality stream. And of course, it's going to impact on the quality of your game if you don't have a really, you know, a decent CPU in your computer. So, now, you might be thinking this is all negative and whatever. It's not. I think this is a great game, but I just think they're asking too much for it. That's the problem. So, we've also got online play, okay? So, we've got ladders and such, right? Now, as you can see, it says league badges. Play league games to earn these badges. The higher your league, ELO, which is your, like, your ranking. Like if you play League of Legends, you'll know what ELO is and, you know, blah, blah, blah. You get a better badge, okay? And they're reset at the start of each season. That's great. These are future badges. They're not in. So, I guess there's some sort of point to playing multiplayer. You can see it's fairly populated as well. There are not that many users online, but these leagues claim to have a few thousand people in each league, so that's, you know, that's pretty good. And of course you can see, well, I think we can see, well, you guys can't see the leaderboards, unfortunately, because I don't capture my Steam overlay, so let me just take that off. But that brought up the leaderboard, so, you know, okay. So that's, you know, multiplayer. That's fine. You know, okay, it's fine. Obviously, we can play with LAN. We've got the map editor, which is a really good map editor. So let's say if I want to put in some, I don't know, terrain. Hang on, let's have a look. There we go. So if I want to put like a bit of tile down there, it's looking fancy. Maybe we put a bit of Norse cliff there. Maybe we do a bit of this. Make a bit of a hole, you know. So it's a really easy to use map editor. So you could really make some crazy maps in this. And of course, with the Steam Workshop support, you can upload these to the workshop. And obviously, I wouldn't upload this because it's the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Because it's just a big green map with a pond. Yeah. So we'll come out of that. If I can get out of this, exit. No, return to main menu. Okay. This just tells us about the game, which is fine. But let's actually go into the game. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw up a single-player game. Now, of course, this has all of the single... I'm going to play like a skirmish, which is a random map. I'm not going to play the campaign. The campaign in Age of Mythology is great. You know, it's very good. It's quite long as well, actually. So, you know, you will get a lot of entertainment out of that. But I'm not going to show you for that, for this. I'm just going to go in for a multiplayer game. And just kind of speak about some of the things which annoy me with this. Because for something which claims to be Extended Edition, I would like to have some options here. You know what I mean? So, it's very limited. It's kind of like... I mean, what do you want to play? Do you want to play 1v1? 1v3, 2v2? Do you want to play a custom game? Okay, you know, maybe you can say, well, Star, you're being a bit harsh. It's not that limited if you can set up the game how you like. But what happens if I want to set, you know, the sort of starting resources we've got? You can't really do that. I mean, you can go deathmatch, sure. And deathmatch gives you, like, a shitload of resources to start the game with. Okay? But you can't, like... kind of... I don't know, you can't really handicap... maybe I'm being a little bit harsh on this, okay? But for something which calls itself Extended Edition, you would have maybe have expected a few different kind of options, you know... kind of make this a bit more, I guess, I don't know, interesting, but whatever. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put this on a normal size map because we don't want a massive map. I'm going to put it on deathmatch and we're going to go 1v2 and I'm going to start the game. I'm going to put it on, just leave it on moderate just to show you the game off. So that's kind of all the negative aspects of the game apart from this. Right? You probably, what's the problem, Sty? What's negative about this? Well, I'll tell you what's negative about this. I've got 3 monitors. This game is on the center monitor. If I scroll off to the left, my mouse cursor is now... my mouse pointer, sorry, is now on my left monitor. Now it's on my right monitor. It's like, that is irritating. Because you use, you know, you navigate around the map like that and you sort of lose your mouse pointer and it's like, ah! But that's really the only thing which annoys me about the game. Or all those things which I've kind of gone over annoy me about the game. The rest of it, it's actually a pretty good game. Because it's Age of Mythology, it is exactly, and I mean exactly, the same game as it was to begin with. Like they have not changed the game in any kind of way. So let me just chuck some stuff down. You can see how like irritating this is moving around the screen. Like I did take to using the arrow keys for this. Also, I don't really need to be doing that. Oh god. No, yeah, you don't need to do that, you fools. Build stuff. Build. Well, actually, it doesn't matter. We need to go up in age, don't we? But yeah, I should have set it to build a temple. But it's a great game, but it's just too expensive. $22.99 is really expensive, and I've been trying to think to myself, how or why are they charging that much for this game? Now, I know they charged a similar price for Age of Empires 2, the HD remake of that. So obviously they're going down the same kind of path. I want Minotaurs. Yeah. But you know, it's... I think there's just a gap in the market at the moment for an RTS game of any description. There are no new RTS games. There are a lot of RTS fans out there, and unfortunately, if you don't like StarCraft 2, well, then you shit out of luck for RTS games, which are being kind of updated, you know, and have an active community. Yeah, there's Planetary Annihilation, which is coming out, but what about everything else? I mean, there was a... I forget what it was called, something Meridian, I think it was called. An indie game which came out, which... Yeah, that's fine. But it was a little bit crap, you know what I mean? Like, I'm an RTS fan. I want to see RTS games that are good quality. This is a good quality RTS game, but they are sort of taking the piss with the price. Now, you know, I think, to be honest, there's not really that much more I can show you, really, without me playing through a full game. I mean, the water is newer, so it looks fancier. You know, in terms of, like, the textures and shit, they're all the same. You know, they've basically just scaled up the resolution, basically. So the engine renders at a higher res, which is great. You know, you've got the shadows, specular lighting, and stuff like that, the day and night cycle. It's just like a little bit of eye candy, which really I don't think, you know, warrants the quite ludicrous price. So I'm going to leave it at that, but I want to know what you guys think about this, because this is kind of a strange situation where this is a great game, a game I would recommend all day long, but it's too expensive. You know, this is an old game. This isn't a brand new game. So for me to say, yeah, you should buy this, it's kind of hard for me to do. What I would say is definitely wait until there's a sale, because if this goes down to like maybe £10, that would be great. You know, I mean, what is it? It's like 30. It's got to be $30+ in US dollars. This, I mean, if it's £22, it's got to be, you know, $39 probably. If it was $15, all day long, I would recommend this all day long. But look, guys, I want to know what you think. Obviously, leave a comment below, and let's get a bit of a discussion going with this, because I think, unfortunately, it's just a little bit too expensive for what is a fantastic game. But at the end of the day, it's an old game. All they are doing is they've added a few different effects to the engine, they've upscaled the resolution, and that's kind of it. And added a pointless Twitch integration, which nobody cares about. And they think that warrants the horrendous price. I don't know. So I've been Stylo, so guys, this is Unit Lost. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, all the rest of that good stuff, and I'll catch you next time, people. Toodaloo.